My name is Gregory Crichlow. I am in partnership with another gentleman by the name of TJ Gill, and we run the Chocolate Spokes Bike Studio. The bikes that I've had the opportunity to work with people to build have been mostly commuter bikes. So bikes that can be fully fendered and racked up and used every day to go to work, grocery store. It's more of a tool of utility as opposed to a recreation. And so those are the bikes I really like to work with, and the people I like to work with as well, because I know when they come in, when they say, well, can we get it done sooner? I know they need to use that bike because that's their only needs. I mean, all bikes for me are a challenge in terms of design and things of that nature, but I really enjoy working on those. It's more of the randonneur bike that takes you back to the days of Rene Hersey and a lot of the French and European bikes. It's one part aesthetic, but it's a lot of part function, and even down to the bags we try to include. At some point, we're working with one person who we are going to do a nice set of bags because they're going to a formal setting when they go to work, but they don't want to use a car. And so when they take the bags off, it's almost a briefcase extension from the bike. So that's just one example of an aesthetic thing. But like I said, I'll have the customers don't even bother oiling the chain as long as it goes. I don't need a lot, which is great because that goes back to your previous question, why bikes? It's an accessible means to go to where you need to get to. My bike has to be durable. I do, the bike I previously had, unfortunately, which is no longer with me, but it was about aesthetics because it was my business card. It was about telling people that, first of all, that we do have a shop, but that we pay attention to detail. And so when you talk about the bike, there are certain details that not all of us think about, but at some point, the details about making it easier wasn't necessarily about making it look better, but just little things that I can represent in terms of when the frame is in the process of being made. For a braze-on that makes your fender easier to mount, or a different width of or length of the chainstay to make it so it's not you're not getting heel touch on your bags. Those kind of things that you can point out. Not necessarily, not everybody would understand those details. So aesthetically, for me, it was about the details. And then, of course, nice paint job and everything, that helps too. We're in the 5 Points neighborhood, so the name takes on a lot of different things. For me, I'm not a business major, I'm a design and architecture guy, but you have to have something catchy. But I was able to incorporate our other aspect of doing chocolate in the shop. And so when we do that, we still go to a standard to where we're customizing a frame, and so we work with people who are making artisanal chocolate. So everybody's bean to bar, everywhere from California to Tennessee, even here locally in Colorado. And so that's been really a nice thing to have people experience, because when they come to the shop, they're like, well, where does chocolate come from? And then you show them this amazing product too. They're like, oh, okay, I get it. But in 5 Points has had a history of being a space for people of color in Denver, and so a lot of the people who are of generations in this neighborhood see the sign differently. They see a person of color who has the opportunity to own their own business, and they find that meaning in the name of the shop. But for the most part, it's a very memorable name, and people ask me for business cards all the time, and if I don't have one, I just tell them the name of the shop. Like, oh, I can remember that. The population is growing fast, but the population is growing really fast here at 5 Points, and we want to remain that shop that serves the neighborhood. That's what we've done for the last 2 years, and that's what we will continue to do. And as it evolves or changes, we want to still service the people who are coming and the people who have been here for years, and make it a comfortable place for both. So that's where we see our role is. Yeah.